and Rhaenyra, Aegon is a better ruler, I'm sorry to say. Now, I feel so bad saying this because I am Team Black all the way. Rhaenyra is the rightful heir to the throne. She should be taking over after King Viserys' death, not only because he publicly declared her his heir, but because she's his eldest living child. Now, yes, in Westeros, they give more credence to male heirs, but we've seen that women are also able to rule. However, the misogyny just doesn't want her on the throne. But despite her right to the throne, I still feel like she was technically not the correct person for the realm. She's taken over King's Landing and she's out of sorts. And it's not just because they're fighting a war, all the gold is missing, everything is in shambles, but because she did not learn how to actually rule. She was a cupbearer for her father, so she sat in on some of the council meetings, right? But as she became an adult, she ended up leaving to live on Dragonstone because she wanted to escape the rumors about her sons being bastards. Rightful rumors, by the way. Anyway, we move on with that. She should have stayed in King's Landing. First of all, you shouldn't be running from the people you're supposed to be ruling over. It shows that you're a punk. Second of all, she should have been having control, knowing her father was sick as hell, walking around practically dead. I don't know if you can hear my dog. She should have been there to keep control over everyone, knowing that her father was about to die and she can't trust the queen or her brothers. Now, the fact that Aegon is not a better ruler. I think Aegon low-key started to care about the people. I mean, he's still a selfish bastard and he's still very evil. And given the chance, I would have killed him off because he's an atrocious person. Remember, he assaulted a maid and his mother covered it up. He's done several jacked up things. However, when he became king, he low-key was starting to lean into it. He was starting to listen to the common folk and what they wanted. He's like, you want a goat or something? Just give it to them. Like, if that's what they need, give it to them. These are my people. However, he did show, like, he could at least take the advice of his council, aka the Hand, his grandfather. You could say whatever you want about Otto Hightower. He knew how to keep control of shit, okay? Whereas Rhaenyra doesn't listen to her hand, Lord Corlys, and in fact made an enemy out of him by not legitimizing his two bastard sons. Which is so ironic because she has bastard sons. At least she did before they passed. May they rest in peace.
It is a matter of legitimacy.
Your son, Joffrey, is a bastard. Your son, Lucerys, whom I accepted as my heir, was a bastard.
Lord Corlys.
Your son, Jacaerys, lived and died a bastard. Say aloud to me the reason your children deserve what mine are denied.
And that's really what the kick in the teeth is to Lord Corlys. He's like, you wanted us to support your bastards potentially ruling the throne one day, since they were your heirs, and you won't legitimize my sons, one of which rides one of the dragons that helped you win this little war. Is that what you're telling me? So obviously he's like, you know what, I'm done with you, I'm out. I was like, mistake number one, Rhaenyra. Mistake number two is pissing off the rest of her dragon riders. Hugh and, what is this guy's name? The other guy's, Ulf. What a stupid name. I'm not a fan of either of them, but I did feel bad for them because they're just looking to be rewarded for all the work they're doing. Without them, Rhaenyra would be screwed. She wouldn't have the dragons on her side to be able to fight or scare off Vhagar and Aemond. Ulf, she had the nerve to tell him he can't hang out with his friends. The only people he has in this world, by the way. She's like, nah, you're too important to me, so you can't do what you want because you may die and that might screw up my life. Crazy talk. But then Hugh, on top of it, just wants a house. He's been, like, these are peasants. They have nothing to their name. You give them a dragon, you give them all this power, but you need to really solidify their loyalty. And she keeps dragging her feet. saying like, she needs to find her footing. How hard is it to find a property to give to Hugh? And now Hugh is going to fly off to wherever this place is, see his wife suffering under the Green's rule. He's gonna switch sides. Like, what reason do they have really to be with Rhaenyra at this point? They have their dragons. They could just leave and switch sides if the other side promises them more of whatever they want. Oh my god, like, every misstep she makes pisses me off. And then on top of that, where is her court? They're still on Dragonstone. She has her husband who's been flying around begging people low-key for gold because they're broke. She has Rhaenyra, who really is there for her own head. Like, she's there to gain power for herself. I don't fully trust her. And then now she's also making an enemy of the faith. Because the faith does not want to crown her ruler, because for many reasons. First, they don't know Aegon's really dead and he's not. Second of all, the way she took over is a problem for them. And then on top of that, she's a woman. There's a lot going on here. But the fact that she's about to go over their head and make an enemy of them when they have the ear of the common folk is about to be another problem. Not to mention, she's pissed off the nobles that live in King's Landing. The people closest to you. You're pissing off the people closest to you. Yes, they are grimy for holding food hostage and leaving the common folk to starve, but she could have handled that more diplomatically. Instead, she goes and has them cook up some of the rats that were scurrying around the castle and serves it to them on a plate, and then has their homes raided.
That I mistrusted the Hightower claim from the beginning.
I'm sure that's true. Even if I heard no tale of you rising up to protest it. I see our feast is served. What is this? This is what the common folk of my city ate. This and worse, while you, and those like you, hid provisions away in your storehouses.
Your Grace, we were afraid. But you have had us starve and our families with us.
I would have no one starve. I would have those with much exercise stewardship and tend to those with little as a shepherd tends to their sheep.
The poor, like rats, overrun the city. They thieve and fight for every crumb.
And would you not do the same if your children were hungry?
No, I would not.
Admirable restraint. You would lie genteel in your grave. As you sit here, my gold cloaks are entering each of your houses. They are searching your storerooms for all that you hoarded away, and they will bring what they find back to me for distribution to those in my city who need it.
This is unconscionable.
We're being robbed.
And I was like, ooh, that's such a statement. Like, I was clapping for her in that moment. But after the episode ended, I realized, yo, we're not children. You barely have any people on your side or people on your side with power. And these are the people closest to you. These are the people living damn near on the property with you. And you're going to isolate them like that? You're going to piss them off? She has no friends in King's Landing. It's about to go down. Not to mention once Aegon, I don't know, gets back on his dragon, because people are saying that dragon is not really dead. Shocking to me. And comes back, it's done. Everybody's gonna switch sides back to Aegon. And then on top of that, Helena's pregnant. Once people find out Helena's pregnant, it's gonna be a whole other situation. They're gonna be like, you have no claims to the throne because Aegon's heir is on the way. And I'm so scared for Helena, because Rhaenyra claims like she loves Helena, she's not gonna do anything to her. But if something gets in her way of her keeping the throne, it's not going to be a good look. Even if it's not her, it's going to be Daemon. Daemon will happily stab Helena through the belly. Sidebar, I know Rhaenyra is not her enemy, but the fact that Rhaenyra killed one of her sons and is flying around on Sheep Stealer is gonna come out. And then Daemon's gonna get in trouble for serving up the wrong person to her as the one responsible for riding Sheep Stealer to Rhaenyra on a platter. He's gonna get in trouble for this. Rhaenyra is gonna lose her mind. Targaryens are not known for keeping their heads on straight. It's gonna be so much more bloodshed. Not to mention Darren under his abusive uncle. What is his name? Something Hightower. I know it starts with an O. Ormond Hightower. Who knows what's gonna happen there? Everything is going nuts, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Well, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to hit that follow button, like, subscribe, and I'll be back.